Hey everybody, this is Stephanie. I am known as the Opinionated Horsewoman, and I want to thank all of you for checking out my channel, and thanks to my returning subscribers. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about retinols. Now, I've kind of started doing some videos talking a little bit more about skincare. My first one was talking about like 10 skincare terms you need to know. I will link that video right up here. Check it out as soon as you're done watching this one, and then let me know if you got questions. So I want to talk to you guys about retinols because I have started using retinols a little bit more regularly and kind of figured out that it's a little confusing, the information or what's available as far as kind of what the pharmaceuticals versus what the beauty industry tell you about retinols. So I have done kind of a lot of research on it, and I thought we would kind of go through some of that today, and I would kind of break down information that I found and kind of help you guys discover maybe whether or not you want to start introducing retinol into your skincare routine and what one might be the best for you. So first thing is retinol or retinoids. We'll call them retinoids. That's really the best way to describe it. And I have notes, guys, because there's a lot of stuff in here. It's very confusing, and I wrote a lot down. But retinols is a word you can use or a term you might use. You might hear retinoids. And what they refer to is basically different forms of retinoic acids. And what that really is vitamin A. Okay, it's like topical vitamin A. So the beauty industry might refer to them as retinol, retinoids, retinolic, you know. They kind of throw some of these terms around, and hence why I'm saying it's a little bit confusing. So I'm going to try to break that down to you, for you guys today. So basically, in a nutshell, all the different forms of retinoic acid or retinols are types of vitamin A, surface, topical, not necessarily what you might ingest, but that's all I'm going to talk about today is what you're going to put on your skin. And I should back up and let you guys know, look, I am not a doctor. I am not here to diagnose you or any of that, okay? Like, if you have a specific skincare problem, you need to go see a doctor, right? You need to see a dermatologist probably, or at least start with your family doctor and go from there. I'm also not a scientist, so what I am is a skincare enthusiast, and I'm really interested in this. I'm an over 40 something person, and yeah, as I start to age, I really wanted to look into things I can use to kind of slow the aging process. So the other thing is, I was kind of stupid as a kid, and I have a lot of sun damage because when I was growing up, we really weren't good about wearing sunscreen. So hence all the background in why I kind of decided to do some research into retinols or retinoic acid or retinoids. So there are out there 4 types, and I'll use the word types of retinoids, and I will go down and list them from like most potent down to kind of like least potent. Okay, so the first one, you guys have probably heard of a product called retin-a. It's a prescription drug that is you can't get it over the counter. You have to see a doctor, and the doctor has to write you a prescription. The drug name is tretinoin, but most people probably are pretty familiar with hearing like the term retin-a or the word retin-a. There are, I think, some other versions of tretinoin, but most people in the United States at least know tretinoin. I'm not real sure around other parts of the world. There are some variations on tretinoin, but again, I'm not a doctor, nor am I a scientist or a pharmacist, so I did not dig that far into it. But so that is basically the most pure form of vitamin A or retinoic acid that you can get for your skin. However, like I said, it requires, at least in the United States, I should put that in there. In the United States, it is required to have a prescription from a doctor. So this is not something that you can go into your local drugstore and pick up over the counter. So it is the most pure form of retinoic acid. It it's very effective and it's very, very harsh. So retin-a or tretinoin are known for quite a bit of we'll call them side effects. They're very drying. A lot of people have a lot of trouble starting retin-a because it can cause a lot of skin irritation. It's going to cause dryness, probably some redness at first, and most definitely it's going to cause some peeling and things, as all retinols will, and we'll get into that. But that is the most pure form of retinoic acid you can get for topical use. However, like I said, you need a prescription. So the next step, as far as purity, if you want to use that word, is a product that used to be prescription only. However, now it is available over the counter, and it is called differin. It's not the drug name, it's the brand name. The drug name is adapalene. And like I said, this used to be prescription only. Now you can go into your Target, your Walmart, your CVS pharmacy, your Walgreens. You might even be able to get it in some supermarkets, and you can pick up a box of differin or adapalene. And adapalene, again, is the name of the drug, and it's not only in differin, but most people are very familiar with it as differin. There are a number of other brands that use it now because it is no longer prescription. So that is the next step of, we'll call it purity of retinoic acids. Again, adapalene is the name of the drug. And there are companies, like I said, other than differin that have products. La Roche-Posay, which is a very high-end skincare company, they have an adapalene product out there, topical product out there. I'm just going to refer to it as differin or adapalene because that's how I'm very familiar with it. I've seen it for a while now under the name differin. So differin is, or adapalene, is very good for people who are dealing with acne. That's what it used to be prescribed for. It's also good for trying to get rid of sunspots, like I am. Like on your hands, your arms, obviously your face as well. You do need to be kind of careful with it because it is like the second strongest version of retinoic acid. Use kind of some caution around your eyes. You need to be careful around your neck, your chest. But it's quite potent, just like the retin-a is. So I have actually purchased it and have been using it on my hands. I have a lot of sun damage on my hands, sunspots. I'm trying to fade those. So that is the next step down from pure retinoic acid or tretinoin. So the next level down is kind of where we get into cosmetics. We kind of get away from pharmacology, where, like I said, tretinoin requires a prescription. Adapalene used to require a prescription. The next step down is retinaldehyde, and how retinaldehyde is what I call like less potent, or isn't quite going to be as easy to see the results or as quick to see results as you might with the other two. Is retinaldehyde is not like a pure form of retinoic acid. It requires an extra step in for your skin to convert the retinaldehyde into retinoic acid. So because your skin is kind of required to perform that extra step, it takes longer, more applications, and more time for you to see the benefits of using retinaldehyde. So most people aren't real familiar with retinaldehyde. There is a company that produces a really good skincare product called Avene. So yeah, your skin needs to perform like one extra step to turn the retinaldehyde into retinoic acid. Basically, I believe your skin needs to like oxidize the retinaldehyde to turn it into retinoic acid. Again, I'm not a chemist, so but the retinaldehyde is actually really good for people such as myself who are trying to treat sunspots, trying to help either slow down the formation of wrinkles, or maybe try to get rid of some of the fine lines and wrinkles or crow's feet. And it is because it's not pure retinoic acid, it is definitely less irritating. But with all retinols or retinoids, you're going to definitely still see some irritation, probably some peeling, maybe some redness. Everybody's a little different, but I haven't stumbled across too many brands or versions of retinaldehydes. Like I said, the only one I really have seen so far, the company, it's called Avene, Avene. So that's kind of what I know about retinaldehydes. And then the next kind of cosmeceutical version of a retinoid, and it's a very generic name, and you hear me throw it out there, retinol. Okay, and retinol is yet another step away from retinoic acid. So what I mean by that is your body needs to do two things to turn retinol into retinoic acid. Starting to talk about retinols. Retinols are more what I would call cosmetic grade retinoids. And the difference between a retinol and retinaldehyde or adapalene or tretinoin is retinols require your skin to perform two different steps in order to turn it into the usable form of vitamin A or retinoic acid. So because it requires your skin to kind of work a little bit harder, it's cheaper to manufacture and put into cosmeceuticals or cosmetic skincare. And it's also really not regulated nearly like we talked about tretinoin, which is a prescription drug, and then adapalene, which used to be a prescription drug and is now just fairly recently become an over-the-counter type medication. So again, more affordable for the cosmetic industry to put into a lot of skincare, but because it requires a little more effort on the part of your skin, it's going to take a lot longer to see results. So it is also going to be a lot less irritating because your skin isn't going to necessarily be able to fully convert it every single time you use it, and that's just part of the life cycle of your skin cells. So I do have a number of examples of cosmeceutical retinols, and I also do have some different gel I can show you guys, but let's back up a step and talk about why I got into this. I kind of mentioned in the beginning, but when I was a kid, really wasn't good about using sunscreen. Did a lot of tanning because, having, tan skin was like the cool thing to do. Nobody wore sunscreen. Nobody cared about skin cancer. Well, fast forward a couple of decades and melanoma is a problem. Skin cancer is a major problem. And I have sun damage all over my face, all over my neck, my chest, my hands have sunspots, sun damage, and so all that can turn into eventually skin cancer. But one of the nice things about retinoic acid is it causes like the turnover of your skin cells and boosting collagen production and kind of getting rid of like the dead skin layers. And it can actually kind of stimulate your skin to shed out and get rid of what could potentially be precancerous cells. It is not used for the treatment of skin cancer. If you actually have skin cancer, it's not going to do anything for you. But, you know, if you've got sun damage and you can stimulate your skin to kind of try to shed out some of that deep sun damage and repair itself, I'm all for it. So a lot of people do. A lot of people see dermatologists to try to maybe get prescription retin-a or tretinoin to try to get rid of acne scars from childhood acne. You know, there's other like skin abnormalities or issues that you might have, like melasma, or, you know, or all kinds of things that a doctor would be able to prescribe the right medications for. Sometimes that's retinols. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm also not a scientist, but you know, the skincare industry has kind of figured out that people really want to get access to retinols because, well, what they're saying is it's all anti-aging. I don't know if it's anti-aging so much. Maybe it's just slowing down the aging process, possibly. It depends. But like I said, I got a lot of notes here. I want to make sure I'm not skipping anything on this. But so how retinoic acid or vitamin A works is, in its purest form, retinoic acid, not retinaldehyde. Again, retinaldehyde requires 1 step to turn into retinoic acid. Retinols require 2 steps to turn into retinoic acid. But retinoic acid, when applied to the skin, can attach itself to your retinoid receptors in your skin. And what happens is it helps normalize your cellular renewal and regeneration process and kind of help to repair, like we were just talking about, sun damage, sunspots, acne, scarring, things like that. A lot of people have redness and acne scarring. Sometimes consistent use of retinol can really improve the signs of that. So let's see here. There are, if we go back to talking about cosmetic retinols, there's a lot of different versions of retinols out in the cosmetical world or cosmeceutical world. It's not like there is one product called retinol and that's what they all use. There's a whole lot of variations on the chemistry level, and not all of them work real well. And it's not really regulated like in the pharmacy world, where tretinoin is obviously a prescription. Differin used to be a prescription. So there are, like I said, a whole number of cosmetic grade retinols, and I have a bunch. You guys know I do a lot of unboxing videos, and occasionally we get some really nice samples of cosmeceuticals that have, or skincare that have retinols in them. And some of these I've purchased. So I'm just going to dive into like all my little samples and examples. First thing I'm going to start off with is at the top of the scale. I do not have retin-a, but I have differin. So this is a little tube of differin. This is, of course, adapalene. Now this is a little 15-gram tube, and you guys, you can get these, like I said, Target, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens. Some of the bigger grocery stores might have this. I just actually got a larger, and this is what it looks like. It comes in these boxes depending on the size you want. Now this is the small version, comes in a smaller box. I just got this. I ordered it off of Amazon. It was a really good price. This is the 45-gram tube and lasts considerably longer. Obviously a little bigger. I just got this because, like I said, there was a fantastic kind of Black Friday special on it. So I grabbed that because I'm about halfway through this. But so this is, as we just talked about, this is like the second purest form of retinoic acid. This is called adapalene is the name of the drug. This is, of course, known by the name brand Differin. There are other companies that sell adapalene gel. This is just one, and the easiest to find is Differin. So this is going to be extremely irritating to your skin if you introduce this. And we're going to get into that because I have a suggestion for you guys. But this is extremely irritating, going to cause you a lot of dryness, redness, peeling, and so on and so forth. But probably get the quickest results using this if you cannot go see a doctor and get a prescription for retin-a. Okay, so I do not have anything in my possession that is a retinaldehyde. I told you guys the one company I found that does sell a really nice product of retinaldehyde is Avene, and I'll link it down below how you can kind of look into that online. Again, so a retinaldehyde only requires your skin to perform one step to turn it into pure retinoic acid. So the next thing I have a whole lot of are the cosmeceutical retinoids, and I have a bunch. So the first thing I got was kind of my first introduction into retinols. Came from BoxyCharm, and I loved this. Sunday Riley has this A+ retinol. It's they call it a high dose retinoid serum. And according to this, it says it's 6.5% solution of stabilized retinoid blends. This is where we talk about pharmaceutical versus cosmeceutical lingo. Retinoid blends. It doesn't really tell you what their retinol is, or what the actual chemical composition is in here. And I did, if I look on here, it really doesn't tell you a whole lot. I gotta find it. They've got a lot of stuff in here. Let's see, there is triheptanoin in here. Where is the retinol? Here it is. They just call it retinol. So they're not going to tell you what the chemical composition of their retinol is, but I can tell you I have used this product, and it kind of was my beginner's introduction into retinol. It did considerably dry down my skin within the first 3 uses of this, and it started to cause my skin to peel. So I do know that the retinols in this are effective, because if you're going to have a retinol and it actually is going to do anything on your skin, you should see some sort of, we'll call them side effects. The drying and the peeling is the retinol having that 2-step conversion to being turned into retinoic acid and causing that cellular reproduction. And basically what it's doing is shedding off that all your dead skin that is ready to roll. You know, it's just going to peel right off, and you're going to have, you know, really regenerating new skin underneath. So was very happy with this. The next product I got, you guys know I'm part of a company called Influenster. A lot of influencers are part of Influenster. They have what they call Vox boxes, and I got lucky. I got chosen for a Pond's Vox box, and they sent me this. And this is their Advanced Hydrating Night Cream, and it has a retinol. They call it retinol complex in here, and I really enjoyed this. Now, I had started my retinol journey using this, but when I got sent the Vox box, I stopped using this and I started using this, and I loved it. I continued to see really excellent results with this. This was a brand new product from Pond's. It just came out on the market in the fall of 2020, and I used it for a month and I loved it. So I can recommend both these products. The next product I have purchased and started trying is, you guys know how much I love my CeraVe. This is a fantastic version of a retinol to try. CeraVe, I believe is a part of L'Oreal. It's owned by L'Oreal. There is a ton of like research behind this product, and this product, again, you're going to see peeling and all that, but there's some other really cool ingredients in here. And one of them, which they talk about in here, is there's licorice root in here, a licorice root extract, which has a wonderful like skin brightening tendencies in it. So they also, CeraVe, you guys know, has they're always including ceramides in this, and this is a fantastic retinol product to try. If I had to recommend just these three, this one, absolutely hands down. With all of these, you're going to see the redness, the peeling to start off with until your skin gets used to a retinol, but fantastic. The next one I want to show you guys is Neutrogena makes this awesome product. This is their Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Night Cream, and it is with retinol in here, and this particular one is their fragrance-free version, which I recommend you guys buy because retinols are irritating enough on your skin. You don't need to add the irritation of fragrance on top of that. But this one is stabilized. This one, they tell you can use this twice a day. Most retinols should never be used in the morning, should only be used at night. But this one is stabilized. They say you can use it 2 times a day. I still do not use retinols twice a day because, you know, it's just that irritating. This one, let me see if they say you can use it once or twice a day. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this is an encapsulated retinol. So it's also got niacinamide in it. Let's see here. Yeah, they don't really say yes or no on the once or twice, or twice a day thing, but I would definitely say these two would be my top picks. And then I would probably say this one and then this one. And the only reason why this one would be my 4th suggestion is it's very expensive. It's a great product, but it's really expensive. And then I wanted to show you guys, you're going to see a lot of retinols in like eye creams, which this is one I got in a recent box unboxing from a subscription box. And it's an eye cream, but it's got retinol in it. So the problem I have with like this just being something people just grab is the skin around your eyes is really thin and really sensitive. So applying a retinol on here, that skin is, you really have to be very careful because this skin is already so thin and so delicate. And then you're going to throw this on, this very irritating, drying retinol. So nothing wrong with using a retinol, around your eyes. Be careful you don't get it in the eyes, but this would be something I would say use like once a week because the skin around your eyes is just so delicate. So those are kind of what I have and what I wanted to show you guys. I got one more. This is a product I got off Amazon, and I have been testing this. I was asked to test this by the company. I love this product. It is by Youth. It is their retinol serum. It's got hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and aloe vera in it. It's fantastic. Absolutely has been working really well. This bottle is almost out. I've been using it for a while. Wonderful. This is available, like I said, on Amazon. I'll link it down below. So any of these products that I showed you guys, except for the adapalene or the differin, are all available over the counter. But like I said, not all retinols are made equal. The other thing I wanted to kind of talk about as far as retinols, and I'm sorry I'm a little disorganized in this because there's just so much you can talk about, but retinol use, as you can see, this is actually a really perfect example. Retinoic acid or retinaldehyde or retinols degrade in sunlight. So if you do get something that's a liquid in a bottle, it should be something like this. It should be in one of these darker brown bottles so that it protects it from the sunlight. It also degrades like in air. So you really don't want something that is like too exposed to air. This is a 2-ounce bottle. This is not something that you're going to want to let sit around for like a year or two. Once you start using this, you're going to want to go through and just keep using it until it's gone. instead of like switching back and forth with a bunch of products. Now, these products that are in tubs, usually this is not a good idea. However, these companies like Neutrogena or even CeraVe have so much research behind them, and they have kind of developed these types of like they're calling them like encapsulated retinols. These tubs are okay to buy because this retinol is not going to really go bad as long as you remember when you're done using it, put the cap back on and screw it tight. You don't want to leave this sitting out in the sunlight with the cap off. You will ruin the product. And these are not, retinols are not cheap. So, same thing here. I had no problem with this. This is pretty nearly empty. But as long as you make sure you put that cap back on as soon as you're done using it and applying it, it should stay stable. The better option is for these types of pumps where, you're not really getting any air into the product. And as you can see, you can't see through. There's really no sunlight that can get through this. Another nice product. The Sunday Riley is actually a really nice, deep, dark colored bottle it's a pump. So again, protecting the active ingredient from sunlight and air. So on that note, your skin needs to be protected from the sun when you are using a retinol. First of all, it's highly irritating. It's causing a lot of irritation. It's causing a lot of peeling. It's exposing that new skin. You need to make sure you have a good SPF on because you are way more susceptible to sun damage and burning when you're using a regular retinol. Now, if you're using a retinol because you're trying to get rid of sun damage, it makes absolutely no sense to be trying to get rid of sun damage and then not protecting yourself every day by using an SPF. So the other thing is retinols, and because of that, retinols are most effective, one, if you don't use them during the day and expose them to ambient light. But two, your skin goes through a regeneration process at night while you sleep. So it is ideal for you to use this kind of regenerating, boosting product on your skin when it is getting ready to go through its regeneration cycle and you're sleeping in the dark and not exposing this to light, right? Makes sense. So we kind of wrapping this all up. We've talked about there's like 4 levels of retinoids, retinols, retinoics. There's so many terms out there, but 4 different versions. The most pure form is truly retinoic acid. That's vitamin A. You need a prescription to get a retinoic acid. That's tretinoin. You have to see a dermatologist. You're not going to be able to get it any other way if you're in the United States. I can't speak for our international viewers, but the next purest or next best version is adapalene. And in the United States, that just came off of being a prescription drug. And like I said, the brand I am most familiar with and that you can find the easiest is differin. This is called, the drug is called adapalene. And this is still pretty much still kind of considered an over-the-counter, this is an over-the-counter drug versus like a cosmeceutical. The next step down, or the next best version of retinoic acid, is retinaldehyde. It is not retinoic acid, but it only requires 1 step in the process for your skin to turn retinaldehyde into retinoic acid. So you're going to see quicker results than the 4th, which is using a retinol. A retinol requires 2 full steps for your skin to go from retinol to retinoic acid. Less irritating, going to take longer to see results. So we've talked about how irritating retinols, retinoic acid, retinaldehydes are. The best thing about it is if you're going to introduce it, you should introduce it with the retinoids because they are less irritating than retinoic acid. and they're irritating. You're going to peel, you're going to be red, you're going to have really dry skin. So start off introducing your skin to a retinol by buying an over-the-counter retinoid or a retinol. And like I said, you know, I love all products CeraVe. You guys know that. This is a great product as well. Neutrogena. I had a good month of trying this Pond's. Loved it. Another excellent product. I've been using currently this product from Amazon, and I love it. It's been working fantastic. And then if you can afford it, Sunday Riley, it's over $100 for these larger bottles. It's I think like $125 for this, so it's pretty expensive, but it works great as well. So here's how I suggest you introduce your skin. You come home, you take your makeup off, all your makeup off, and then you're going to use a nice gentle cleanser to get all that residue, any makeup that your makeup remover didn't get off, any dirt, you know, and anything like that off, so that your skin is clean. And then you're going to apply your normal nightly moisturizer, okay? And then let that absorb in and dry into your skin, okay? So don't like do it right before bed. Give it a chance. You want to let your moisturizer dry into your skin. And then before you climb into bed, you're going to apply your retinol. That way your skin is moisturized and ready to go and ready for the retinol. And you're not going to expose the retinol to light. You're going to go to bed. You're going to put your skin into that regeneration that it does every night, and it's going to learn all about retinoids. And my suggestion is pick one night a week and introduce that retinol once and see how your skin does. You're going to have a reaction. You need to see how badly reactive your skin is to using a retinol in the product that you choose. If you're lucky and you don't get any peeling from that, move it up to maybe twice a week. Slowly build your skin up in introducing the retinol into your nightly routine. And eventually you can do like what I do. I use it nightly. Make sure in the morning, I would just rinse off. Some people cleanse in the morning with a gentle cleanser. You can certainly do that, but a lot of us will just take, a damp washcloth, kind of wipe it off. Make sure you moisturize, but make sure you're using a good quality sun protector, SPF. And I mean something preferably more than a 30, more like a 40, 45, because your skin's going to be very irritated and it is extremely susceptible to light damage when you start using a retinol. So that's my suggestion to you guys. Start using these over the counters as a way to introduce them. You can certainly build up to using a much more harsh product like differin if you want. Like I said, I use this mostly on my hands. I have not used it on my face because this is pretty hardcore. This is called adapalene. But if you're having like significant issues with your skin, you need to see a dermatologist. Go in to your family doctor and tell them you want to see a dermatologist. Sometimes you need a referral, or just see if you can get in and see a dermatologist. So this has kind of been all over you guys, and I apologize for that. It's kind of a big topic. I've had a lot of my friends have asked me advice on retinoids and retinols and retinoic acid, and I just thought maybe I should just do a video. So apologize for kind of being a little bit all over the place on this, but this is kind of a wild topic. There's a whole lot going on with this. Please let me know what questions you have. I can try to point you in the right direction for answers. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. Like I said, every single one of these products I've showed you guys, I have loved. Now, I can't comment on this. I have not used this yet. I literally have not used this yet. I just haven't needed to. I'm a little leery about using an eye serum with retinol in it too close to my eyes. So I just haven't needed to do this. This is actually a product out of Sweden. It's out of Stockholm. I don't think there's a really particularly harsh retinol in here, but like I said, you got to be aware of the fact that the skin around your eyes is extremely thin, very sensitive. You really don't want to irritate that. You know, that can cause some major problems, and you don't want to get stuff like this in your eyes. The other thing you need to be careful, and my recommendation is, if you have done any kind of microblading or tattooing to your eyebrows, use some petrolatum, petroleum jelly, and cover them up until, you know, you don't want to get the retinol in there. It's going to cause all that to peel off, which will peel off all that tattooing. The other thing is your lips. Be very careful near your lips and your mouth, corners of your mouth. Very sensitive skin. This will cause dryness and peeling so fast, so much more than the rest of your face. So just be aware of that. Areas around your eyes, areas around your nose, and areas around your mouth, very, very sensitive. Be cautious using these retinols around those areas until you're kind of aware of how the rest of your skin kind of reacts to them. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize first. Let it dry. Apply your retinol right before you climb into bed. Wipe your face off in the morning. Moisturize some more and use SPF. So thanks guys so much for tuning in. I know this is a really long video. I know I was all over the board on this. Let me know if you got questions. Let me know if you're using any of these products or you have a favorite one, or if you're looking at using into retinols. I've got other stuff I want to talk to you guys about. This is going to be kind of a series of videos. I'm going to talk to you guys about doing chemical peels as well, alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids, incorporating those into your skincare regimen. I have been doing that, and it ties into the idea of using retinols as well. So don't forget guys, I did do a video kind of like the top 10 skincare terms you need to know and understand. That's linked right up here. Go check that video out right now. Let me know what you think. Thanks guys. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.